Hello.
Hello.
And a Chewy.
Hello, Chewy.
Chewy and the dancing dinosaur.
We are sculpting on the on this adorable little Cyclops. There's something very pug about this Cyclops.
You know, we are going to need to start thinking of a name for him. What? Do you have a name for him?
No, the pug clops needs no name.
Call him Pugsley. Happy little Cyclops?
I don't know. I will think of something. I'm probably not going to use Pugsley because I may end up doing a Pugsley at some point.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I mean, yeah, probably. It's a thing. It's decidedly a thing.
Pugsley's name.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's pretty horror.
Pugs Clops.
Pugs. No.
Cyclops? No. He doesn't even have hands. He can't have claws.
I think he looks like a Kenneth.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Because of the
See, that only works with text, though.
Yes.
I get it. Dwarfs Clops. Kenneth. As in, what's the frequency?
I don't know. Nope. I do not know what this guy's going to be. Why don't you go get the right glasses?
We'll go get the glasses. Back. Yes. 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 Okay. Glasses acquired.
See, that's what you get for having multiple kinds of glasses.
See, now I can see what you're doing.
Can't see what I'm doing?
Yeah, it's too low.
Oh, that's what you mean. Wait. Or instead of changing that angle thing, just move this. If it needs it. Yeah, I think I'm going to build quite a lot of texture into the skin on this guy. No, I was thinking about all of these bumps and things I was putting all over the back after last stream. And then I went and got some bodybuilder anatomy. Bodybuilder anatomy reference. Because it made me think about back acne.
Okay.
Well, it's a common side effect of steroids.
So are you giving back me?
Probably not. No, I do want to put a good amount of like wrinkling and texture. I want to give him some like something in between like rhinoceros and like not quite elephant rhinoceros, like super thick hide, but like definitely more heavily wrinkled, I think. Or should I give him like hairless Sphinx cat wrinkles? You seen those things?
Yes.
Like the pictures of their feet. Fascinating.
Yeah.
Because they've got a lot of them are fairly like long, lanky cat to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And they have this like kind of webbing between a lot of the toes.
Web diggets?
Yeah, they got the web diggets, and then you can see all the bony anatomy better. They look really very monstery, and I'm into it. I think if I could have any kind of a cat around for aesthetic purposes, I think that would be my choice. And one of those hairless Sphinx cats. Be fantastic reference. Write them off on our taxes.
Is that how that works?
That's how everything works. It's all tax deductible.
Okay.
Barely interruptible. They're a Canadian breed. Did not know that.
Are they really? That is a fun fact. I did not know that.
That almost seems cruel, though.
Because it's cold?
Yeah, it's like a colder climate. Specifically.
the same lines.
Well, yeah, those
Also
are definitely.
Canadian or related to Sphinx.
And they're related. As far as I know, I think the Sphinx cats are literally just a hairless variety. I don't know. Cat breeds are weird in that they're just. There is no scientific basis for a cat breed. They're all the same species. It's basically just a description of how they look. So, like, theoretically, you could have cats that were bred from completely different starting stock and get the same breed. At least kind of early on. Like once a breed gets established, there's a whole like paper trail and thing. But yes, nothing beats a free range garbage princess cat. Okay, these squishy silicone straws.
Is it annoying?
Look at this. I can't recommend this.
Why?
It sticks to the, like, it vacuums down to the bottom some of the time, and you chase it all around the thing. Very annoying.
Duly noted.
I suppose on the plus side, silicone is a very, like, it resists stuff sticking to it, doesn't break down easily. So it's not a bad material to make a straw out of, but that's ridiculously squishy. Establish some more wrinklage.
You should make something else with a bunch of wrinkles on it, and you could name it Peter Wrinklage. Sculpt a big wrinkly dick.
Like the bachelorette party mug thing,
Yes.
but ceramic, so it's classy.
Yes. Exactly. Classy.
I mean, this is technically a one-eyed monster.
Yeah, but he's not really wrinkly. Is it the idea?
Nor is he very penile in
Yeah.
appearance. I remember the funny cat names thing. Dumpster blessing.
Dumpster blessing?
It was the
How's my little dumpster blessing?
yes.
I'm not so worried about covering these with stick when I put them in the other room.
No, shouldn't need to.
Not candles.
Nope. Do make sure that the bottom section gets a wipe down with a sponge or whatever.
Yeah.
Because those have not been trimmed. And they don't get trimmed. Yeah, you just gotta kind of smooth some of them off a little bit because they've got stuff.
But you know, in the Western world, I suppose we have two dominant ideas about what happens to us when we die. There's the old-fashioned idea that after we die, we go to another world. I say old-fashioned, not to say it's out of date. We don't know what the answer to this is.
Suppose you could. fully established that it's a mammal.
Yay, nipples!
I don't sculpt a lot of nipples.
Which is surprising, actually.
Why is that surprising?
Because I know you and I've met you.
That's mostly about your nipples. Here. I'm digging the creature sculpting thing at the moment.
You're digging what?
Creature sculpting thing at the moment. I think maybe next I will do a like fully transformed bat vampire thing.
Mm. Okay. Bad boy?
Maybe. I could try and do a proper bat boy.
Been talking about it for a while.
Yeah. Welcome back, Chewy. just noticed something on the other side. I think I quite like it better.
What are you doing?
This side of the head, there's like a real strong wrinkle above the ear.
Uh-huh.
And this side, it's much less strong.
Okay.
I like this side better.
I mean, it doesn't have to match.
No, it doesn't have to match.
Give him Stephen Colbert ears.
Well, I mean, I kind of sort of did a little bit, but I like that. I like the interest this adds to the head. Kind of deformed ears a little bit. Make me think of kind of a little bit goat ears. Necessarily sweat the symmetry on a sculpt like this too hard. Symmetry. I know a lot of people work pretty hard on keeping stuff symmetrical, but I never really found it a problem, so
You definitely don't have my allergenic tendencies. That's for sure.
well, I mean, there's enough symmetry going on so that things don't look wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of that's sort of what I'm looking for. If something is like tremendously asymmetrical so that it looks off, that's no good. But I don't know, I may have spent long enough doing portraits and things like that that I've got a reasonable handle on it. But I have found that digital sculpture, often that's one of the things that I dislike, is how symmetrical that stuff can be.
Okay.
Well, because you have the tools to just mirror everything.
Yes. Exactly.
And that's...
I love it.
Yeah, but you don't use it for
I don't.
organic stuff, really.
You still there, Chew? How's it going with the tablet? Did you get it working on your phone or just the computer? Okay.
Wouldn't surprise me too much if a phone wouldn't have quite enough juice to really deal with that thing.
It depends on the phone.
Yeah, it does. I will say my phone, I've found, seems to have, yeah, do you know what it requires for input power? Jeez. How any of this works. I mean, it's got to be because it's like a screen itself. Well, if the input power is through USB, it doesn't necessarily communicate quite as much as it would have once. Because I think USB, what are we up to, USB 3 now? Doesn't recognize the office when plugged in. But yeah, I forget what USB 3 is capable of. Oh, it doesn't recognize the phone. Yeah, that could very well have to do with the phone. Well, we can try it with my phone sometime. 'Cause I know this one will work with a like a USB flash drive. It can read a flash drive, and some phones can't. Yes, we can do that. Yeah, I had a tablet for a while that I quite liked because it would. There's a setting to allow the USB input thing. On the phone. device. Because I know I had two different tablets that I was doing stuff with, and I prefer not to use like cloud-based storage, so I was using USB flash drives because they didn't have there wasn't a ton of storage on the devices, and depending on how the device wanted to handle USB, some just didn't. Yes, yeah. I think this phone is fine with allowing the USB to input, because it will read and write to a flash drive. I suppose at this point, the issue that I was having with the one device, where it just wouldn't mess with the USB drive, so I think it was power related, actually. Like it didn't output any power to run a USB thing. Had the USB connection, but it was only for like end use. Yeah, that could very well be completely antiquated by now. Because I think a lot of phones will let you charge another phone off your phone now, and it's a relatively new feature by my standards of new features.
Good job.
Yeah, that's not too surprising. I don't even think I've cracked open any of the dev options on this phone. In fact, I'm pretty sure I haven't. Barely even installed anything on it. I think I read the other day that the Galaxy S Pens in the newer models are not pressure sensitive anymore.
What they did.
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't an important enough feature to enough people.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I think if it was the screen that was pressure sensitive, that wouldn't be a point of contention. Like if the pressure sensitivity thing still worked, it just wasn't relying on the pen. But I think they just
Just went in there.
they just dropped it. I mean, it's also possible that what I read was incorrect and or only on like certain models or something. I didn't look into it very hard. It's not like I'm planning on upgrading phone anytime soon. I'm one of those users.
Use it till it's dead.
Don't mess with my shit, users. I got a thing. I'm fine with it. Leave it alone. No, I don't fiddle with any of the things. Well, not with phones and stuff. I fiddle with all the things for sculpting tools. And knives. Guns, I suppose. Well, I find the user interface on that stuff more important. I mostly have my kitchen knives where I want them now. Sculpture tools will probably always be a thing that gets fiddled with.
Oh, what's happening? Oh crap! We've been raided.
It's raid.
It's raid.
Hello.
Raiding with a party of 45. Holy shnikes.
Hello, Raid. You'll
Just say hello to everybody. Tell them what you're doing.
yeah. I am working on this monster. It is a Cyclops, and it is very
Tell them
cute.
who you are.
I'm Herman Mudgett. I make horrible things. Thanks very kindly for the raid. Stay alive. That's very appreciated. This is well more users than I'm used to dealing with, so you may have to excuse me a bit. Thank you, Foxy Nix. What do we have? Valmesh and Sea Doodle. Thank you. Bad Wolf 42. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I suppose this is all new people, so I should kind of show you what these go into. I make these into ceramic tiki style mugs. I'm drinking out of a different one right now. This is one of my favorite designs. It's Tor Gordson.
Camera's a little tilted. Apologies.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Burly Bear. Thanks, Fox Nix and Sea Doodle. They are good fun. I don't know. Do you guys want to see more sculpting or more mugs? We can do whatever.
You can show the foot that you just finished.
Yeah, I guess so. We have a website, and we do Comic-Con in Niagara Falls, a few other conventions. This is another one that was sculpted on stream. This is my Hag's Foot mug. They're not on the website yet. Actually, I can stand that up on a...
You're good.
We're good?
We're good.
Yeah, this one was sculpted
That's
almost
not good.
entirely on stream. Oh yeah, we've got one other one that we sculpted on stream too. The oh yeah, got to see the bottom. Tickle, 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 tickle. Got these little piggies. Grab me one of the shock monsters. Oh, thank you.
This guy?
Yeah, he'll do. Yeah, give me that one.
Shiny.
Yeah, I think this was the first thing that I sculpted mostly on stream. It's kind of inspired by the vintage shock monster masks from Topstone. Yeah, it was good fun. I sculpted that partly on stream and partly at the one market in Toronto. Oddities and Curiosities. You got one day at Oddities and Curiosities. Do you end up making molds of them? Yes. Yeah, we do make molds. I did originally sculpt just straight in clay, and they were way too heavy. Hello, Precious Duke 12. Never had a raid before. This is very neat. Yeah, the molding process is it's a plaster mold, so it's not tremendously complicated, just a little exacting. Oh, do you want to see a Ninja Turtle? I can get one of those out. Grab me a Ninja Turtle.
Okay. With crazy eyes.
Yeah. So this is the sculpted, or the mug variant of our Ninja Turtle, one of my Raphael pieces. And I still have the sculpt kicking around for this that I retouched just for giggles.
Horrifying giggles.
So after I built the mold, I retouched the sculpt. Oh, he's gonna be too big. See if I can just zoom out. Make it worse. I made it worse.
Again, making it worse. There you go.
I mean, zooming in on that actually might not be worse. That might be better. Yeah, just for fun.
You're not gonna mold that one?
No, I'm not gonna mold this one.
Chewie wants you to
have
mold
I
him.
ever sculpted a Shrek? I have not sculpted a Shrek. Not yet, anyway. But yeah, I hadn't even really thought of sculpting a Shrek. I should sculpt an ogre, like a real horror Shrek, like the Ren and Stimpy close-up version. Yeah, creepy Shrek would be a thing. That's not a bad idea.
Keep going. Okay. Oh, good.
Yeah, I was just talking about what to do for the next project. I'm thinking I'm leaning toward a heavily transformed vampire type character. Just because I'm having a lot of fun sculpting, like a creature thing like this. I might do another one just for giggles. Creepy Shrek. I have a the closest I've gotten to do. Oh, Igor. I need to do an Igor. I'm a huge fan of Young Frankenstein. Marty Feldman was way too funny. I just need to come up with a good little twist on an Igor. Or maybe I'll do that as one of the like more straight up portrait type sculpts. I don't know. I don't do a lot of those, but sometimes I think they're warranted.
Well, I mean, like this guy, you don't really do cute stuff too often, so.
No, I don't. Not too often. Well, I do a bit. I don't know. I think my monsters are cute. One of the Vincent Prices?
We haven't done a Crypt Keeper, but Crypt Keeper did see his work at Frightmare like 2 years ago and said he was really impressed.
More than a couple of years ago.
And I almost peed.
The Vincent Price. Well, there's a Vincent Price mug right over there if you want one.
Yeah.
Yes.
When the Crypt Keeper says he loves your work, that is some praise.
Yes.
Yes.
I keep putting that down in front of the camera, and I don't need to be doing that. So yeah, that's Shrunken Head of Vincent Price. Slightly, a little caricatured. My Shrunken Head of the Peter Cushing is probably less. He's over bottom shelf. Yeah, that's not Peter Cushing.
Right. Sorry.
That bottom shelf. Yeah, that's Peter Cushing. Yeah, I always loved the Hammer horror movies, so I got kind of straight up Peter Cushing. There are way too many of them. They're not all great. A lot of them are really good. Most of them are fun. A lot of those old, more vintage horror movies are fun,
Thanks,
though.
Foxy Nick. We'll see you later.
Oh.
If you haven't already left. I said, glad we discovered you. I gotta head out, but I look forward to seeing more of your work.
Yeah, if I miss any messages, I apologize.
We're used to chatting with like one
or two people. Yeah. Yeah, I went a little overboard on the portrait nature. Peter Cushing just looks so cool. But yeah, I don't know. I hope you guys are being entertained.
Let me focus on him again.
I don't know if we picked a...
So where are we at with this?
We are... The rough-in is pretty much done. I'm just doing some wrinkles and finishing.
What do you mean by rough-in?
Well, the big shapes are all in. All the forms are where they need to be. It's mostly kind of like smoothed out where it needs smoothing out. There's little touches and stuff left to do, I keep noticing, but yeah, it's sort of in the finishing stages is where we're at.
Do you think it's gonna be done this one, or?
Oh, I think so. Done or very nearly done. I probably won't work on it for a whole nother stream. The one from the right is Ray Harryhausen's Cyclops from Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, or Seven Voyages of Sinbad. But yeah, it's a Ray Harryhausen sculpt, one of his stop motions.
What about the other reference?
The other reference, I actually don't know for sure. I found it randomly, and I thought it kind of had a passing family resemblance to this little guy after the first stream. I think that is a pig's skull, but it could be something else. I did not find it with good, like, reference or good like attribution. Bunyip. Deformed goat.
Wait, that's what the skull is?
Full.
A bunyip?
I don't. Maybe.
According to Google Lens. Do we trust Google Lens?
Yeah, I don't.
Baby horse.
So we've got full, and I mean it could be a lot of different things. I'm not sure about. Well, I guess that, I mean, it is deformed, so yeah. Definitely would not have guessed full based on the dentition at the bottom, but
I mean, it would be better if it was a better picture, but that is literally the size of the picture that we've got.
yeah, it's
Doesn't get any bigger than
teeny
that.
tiny. I really only grabbed it because it kind of looked, it had the same sort of underbite that this guy had. And I do.
When did you get into clay work?
I've been doing sculpture for a long time, but I was primarily a painter up until about 3 years ago. Well, yeah, I started doing.
Like 5 years when we actually got the kiln.
Yeah, we It was kind of a slow transitional process, but I have sculpture was one of my undergraduate concentrations. So I've done a bit of bronze casting and some wax and clay modeling before that. And the ceramics thing. Having your own kiln is great.
It is.
I definitely wouldn't trade it in at this point. If you keep an eye out on the used
Craigslist
and that sort of thing, the kilns are reasonably available, but you've got to keep in mind that we only paid a little over $100 for that kiln. It's a very old kiln from like the 70s, but it cost probably another 600 to 800 to get it running.
Yeah.
With the electrical install and stuff. Because they do take a 220 volt yeah, it's still, I mean, a brand new kiln costs about 3,000,
Say
3,500.
It's like over 1,000 for the tiny ones that you can just fire like a single mug in.
Oh, they're not. Those aren't quite that expensive.
They're like over $1,000. Okay, you're in Canada now, remember?
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
No. Things aren't necessarily always going to be more expensive here anymore.
Yeah. This is true. But yeah, no, it wasn't too bad. If you know somebody that is comfortable installing a 220, you would probably need a 220 50 amp, or ours is a very small kiln, tops out at cone 8, so that only requires a 30 amp. Which is nice, I suppose.
It's perfect for introverts.
It is. Yeah, if you're not a community workspace kind of person, or if you're not from someplace that really allows that, well, you're rural like I used to be.
They are fun.
They are good fun. Pottery wheel is nice too. We were very lucky. We got the pottery wheel in and the kiln in before all the lockdowns, and I happened to be here, so I spent a good bit of time teaching myself how to throw on the wheel and all that jazz. I was also lucky that I had my undergrad was a liberal arts college in upstate New York, so we had to take a little bit of all of the arts programs. So I had already done a little bit of ceramics. I knew enough to be dangerous with a kiln. Although if you really want to be dangerous, you don't want to spend a lot of money. A gas kiln.
Raccoon in the backyard.
Raccoon in the backyard. You don't even need a kiln. You can do a pit fire. Yep, I've done. I am definitely dangerous with a kiln. They're not that bad. It's an overgrown toaster. How bad could it be?
Underplaying things just a bit.
How much fire can it cause?
I mean, probably a lot.
No, I enjoy ceramics. Ooh. I wish that Twitch would
Wish you could share stuff.
would allow us to share stuff with the class, because I want to know about the beast sugar. I'm a visual learner. I need beast sugar.
Never saw the dead man before, huh?
We should.
Yeah.
We have been talking about it. Hi, I'm wife. I'm tech.
Yes.
I am mostly familiar with Discord, but I've never actually ran a server myself. So maybe someday. You working on a portrait of Lone Mountain Knife's wife, ex-wife?
Amazing how often that comes up. I do a lot of ex-wives. This might look a little bit weird, but I'm just softening these wrinkles in with this messed up car brush, snow brush tool that I built.
It's okay, Chewy. We know it's your first day on the internet.
Unga bunga, my friend. Unga bunga. Yeah, if anybody's out there looking for a hobby, what else is fun and not expensive to get into is latex casting. I do a bit of that now and then. The odd mask here or there. But it's just some clay to sculpt with, bag of plaster, and some latex, and you're good to go. Very inexpensive way to make cool stuff. Start up your own Discord server with a lot of art channels to share artwork. That's cool. Is that one of the... I'm not sure what is permitted, like, or what you would want to do. Did you want to share your Discord server? Or does everybody on the raid already knows about it, maybe? I don't know if that's an unwise thing to do on a open channel like this or something. These do end up on YouTube VOD afterwards, so, you know, obviously, if you're not comfortable with...
We are old. Shut up, Chewy.
If you're not comfortable with sharing that kind of thing, but if you are, please feel free.
Thank you. No, I should.
Sounds like Sea Doodles.
Make Reese do it for me.
Well, if there are public discords.
Well, okay, but not our Discord.
Well, no, but I don't mind sharing. I mean, that's kind of the point, is letting people share
Yeah.
ideas and things. Kind of feels like that would be ideal, as long as we weren't, taking
go
over.
onto somebody else's Discord.
Okay.
We can go there and participate.
Yeah.
But we ought
If
to.
you, I mean,
Especially if we're gonna.
if you have our permission for.
We can go look.
Well, no, Sea Doodle was asking permission for putting their Discord up here. Sure.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely. Sorry again.
I believe it'll let you.
I don't know the etiquette.
Maybe not.
Oh,
Maybe it won't.
it's not giving.
Da-da-da.
Well, what we could always do, Sea Doodle, if you use Instagram or Facebook, you can always message it through one of those, and we will definitely check that out. Is it something we're
Nothing.
very curious about? The whole idea sharing and that sort of thing space. Anyway, I am a fan of spreading the knowledge around where I can.
No, I
we
deleted it.
don't have TikTok anymore. No, we couldn't
Wait,
keep.
you can instant message people on Twitch, can't you?
I have no idea.
You can. I think you can. Whispers.
Yeah, we just couldn't keep up with all the different social medias. We have Instagram and Facebook, because those were kind of ubiquitous and they're kind of tied together. And then Blue Sky a little bit. I like the idea.
Signed up for Twitter once upon a time and then never actually used it.
Yeah, I like the idea of Blue Sky. No AI, a little more independent, that kind of thing, but I don't know. I can't.
It doesn't really handle picture posting that well, and that's like 90% of what we do.
Yeah. Just can't seem to get down with it. And we didn't really do TikTok because we didn't do videos much, but now Instagram kind of forces you to do that.
Bitches!
Stranger messages.
Allow.
Ah. Hello, Payne.
Okay. Return. Stranger messages. Whoop. Now I'm just gonna randomly start clicking things.
Well, good. Random button presses.
Yep. Okay, how do I... actual people.
Yeah. It's a nice. It was a nice raid.
Okay, Sudoodle. We are slightly tech challenged. We'll figure it out.
I love that name, Sea Doodle. Is that a Simpsons reference by any chance?
Yes.
It makes me think of the episode where Bart was in oh, what was the Junior Campers? Yes, Campers Pampers. It was the one where Bart and Homer and I'm forgetting the name of the seahorses or sea doodles. It's a pretty good name for them. Yeah, Bart and Flanders and Homer ended up on a raft. And they tried fishing with their very last morsel of food.
I'm assuming this is an older episode.
It is an older episode. I'm just cutting in some really fine wrinkles.
Neat.
Yeah, this probably doesn't even really pick up on cam, unfortunately.
Did you want to get a close-up or no?
I'm not even sure if a close-up is gonna...
Plan for me. Some kind of fruit stripe gum looking advert would work well for your fruit and common.
Oh.
Ones. Nothing we can come the. Yeah?
Yes.
So like 80s fruit stripes.
Well, yeah. 70s, 80s kind of.
Oh.
Yeah, that's going to be our next out mug. Is a Yummy Mummy inspired piece that we are calling Fruit Uncommon.
Awesome, thanks, Sea Doodle.
Thanks for dropping by.
Yes, that's Fruit Uncommon is the name of the new one. Yes.
Bye, Sea Doodle. Did we get that
Nope. If
oh,
you're
we
gonna
can-
ask about
the
Discord and stuff.
Discord server thing?
Nope.
Okay.
Because
Well,
I suck.
we can.
I have stranger messages turned off.
Well,
And then I started randomly clicking things to see if I could figure out how to turn it on, and then I realized maybe now's not the time.
yeah. Well, if you can find Sea Doodle's stream, that would be a thing to know about as well. I want to know what a Sea Doodle do.
Okay.
30.
Okay, awesome.
Oh,
Thanks, Burley.
thank you.
brush down.
Yep. Just give him a good brush down with the rough brush. And then the smooth brush. All very repetitive, this sculpting.
Nice.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know if, I mean, art streams are definitely cool. Maybe a little bit of tweaking to get cameras set up and stuff, but it wasn't too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, the mic did make a big difference. You can actually hear what we're saying.
Sometimes me too.
Yes.
Wait, what?
I'm not doing a Dark Souls stream. It's been way too long since I played any video game, practically.
Maybe it's time to start again. It's a working expense.
I don't know if
Does
my...
that make it better? He's a bit of a workaholic. It's like all he does now.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, at least it's something you actually, like, enjoy doing.
Yeah, no, it was fine, but... I've
Bloodborne.
well,
Isn't
yeah,
there something coming, like a new game coming out this summer?
a new
crazy?
game coming out this. I'm sure there are lots of new games coming
Well,
out.
no, I
this
mean
summer.
specifically in like the Elden Rings, Dark Souls family.
There is a FromSoft came out recently with Night Rain, which is like Elden Ring. Elden Ring had a baby with Fortnite,
Right.
but that's not something that I really feel the need to mess with. I have limited hand resources.
Duskbloods? Is that what it's called?
Duskbloods is, I think, the next announced thing, but I haven't heard a date on any of that yet. They were going to do a Bloodborne sequel. Yeah, it was like, I don't know if it was going to be exclusive for the Switch
That's a
2, or if it was going to eventually come to PlayStation. I have not looked into any of that kind of stuff. I don't know what the second Switch would be even remotely capable of. So it's a possibility that that could come out for the PS4 as well, but yeah, I don't know. I was a little disappointed that the Oblivion remake is not coming out for the PS4, only the PS5. So I liked Oblivion, but no, I don't have the, what?
Isn't it on 5 though?
It is on 5. It's on,
Paints it.
yeah. Yeah, the Oblivion, it's on the PS5, but I only have a PS4.
Has established the old.
Well, it has established the old, and my hands don't have enough extra to do sculpting all the time and a lot of video games. Yes, the 4 still works just fine. It rarely ever works to play video games anymore. It works to play Tubi most of the time. Oh yeah, that's right. We don't do that anymore. Yeah, so it basically doesn't do anything anymore.
It does.
Yep, I gotta save my valuable hands for making stuff, and honestly probably lifting weights again.
Oh. Boo.
What?
Boo.
What, boo?
Nothing.
Boo earns?
Block.
Are you blocking our new friends again?
No.
He has a significant amount of more just general detail. That's what I've been working on most of the stream. He has also got nipples.
Ooh, man.
Well, he's not right facing.
Can he be milked?
I feel like you kind of answered your own question there a little bit. With the he part.
What he's capable of.
Well, I don't necessarily assume that, but deem it likely. And definitely, as far as Instagram is concerned, he cannot be milked. No, they're male presenting nipples.
Oh, okay. Well, then they won't get censored then.
Yeah, they're 100% male presenting nipples for purposes of Instagram.
I suppose it's a thing.
Yes. Can spread all sorts of fun misinformation, but no nipples. Won't someone think of the children?
for the gram.
Indeed. That will be when the foot mugs come out. That's too hot for the gram. Me too.
Want a drink?
Mm-hmm.
What would you like?
Oopsie.
Okay.
But it can wait. Full show.
Got it. Surprised you didn't go with the one shoulder Fred Flintstone tunic. It would be kind of fun to make clothing. Like actual fabric.
Like actual fabric clothes. Yeah. Well, we've done that with one mug. We didn't make it, but I'm pretty sure one of the overbite or underbite one of the overbite zombies from upstairs. It's either that one or a tube neck is still a pretty princess.
Oh. No, I think we took it off.
Did we?
Yeah. I mean, you do have a werewolf with a leprechaun hat.
Well, yeah, but I'm pretty sure we did.
Yes, exactly. The lonely ginger werewolf with the tiny top hat.
Yeah. Oh, ginger werewolf's top hat. Ginger werewolf can be fancy. Ginger werewolf can definitely be fancy. See? Look how fancy. He's a fancy boy.
Yep.
You think you won't what now?
Now what you doing?
I am in wrinkling. Whole nother layer of wrinklage. I mean, I will send personalized foot mug pics. I am not entirely certain that I am mature enough for the foot mug. I'm going to be quite honest. I have already considered mush videos with it. We have baked beans at the ready.
Oh no. Yeah, I was gonna say, you're absolutely not.
No, I'm not. I never
pretended you
I
were.
never pretended I was mature enough for anything. Yep. Just have to isolate some sounds from some old King of the Hill episodes. Yeah, I have no illusions that I am in any way mature enough to be making feet content, but also not going to stop me. I mean, the toe tag is fun.
Yes.
Not sure how I would attach it.
Tie it around the big toe.
Yeah, I guess.
That's how those work.
Yeah, it is, I suppose. I guess that big toe is pretty bulbous, so it
is.
hold on there, okay. Well, for the most part, like, skin and meat toes have some flex to them, so the string grips good. Ceramic, not as much.
I'm sure it'll stay.
It probably would. Oh, if we're gonna do the toe tag thing, it's gotta be like the standard toe tag string. Which honestly is probably more like elastic at this point. I always think of it as like not butcher's twine, but that you know the string closers for like those manila envelopes back in the day, like the ones that had the little like button that you wrapped around. Red new. I always thought it was like a brown or.
There's like 2 discs.
Yeah.
You wrap it.
Yeah.
Discs.
I always remember. I always remember like a kind of a brownish, beigeish string.
Yeah. Yeah, like jute.
Yeah, it was like finer than jute though. It was definitely like a cotton or something. It was a smooth. It was just that particular color. Yeah, I wonder if they still even use toe tags. See, this is what we need our one collector for that got the penis butter dish.
Yeah.
He would know if they're still using toe tags.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
How's he doing? How's our little buddy?
Pretty good. Pretty good. He's moving right along.
We need to figure out a name for him.
We do.
Any ideas, Payne? Anybody else? Or Cyclops? Point around the fact that he looks like a pug. And also he's a happy little Cyclops. That's too long.
The happy little Cyclops.
Yeah.
Mm. But it does have big angry giant vibes. Or was it big angry giant or big happy giant or big fucking giant? Big friendly giant. That was the one.
Wait. Are you talking about the kids show? Big fucking giant, the kids show?
I remembered it was BFG, and then I used to play a lot of Doom. What do you want?
Yeah, okay.
Have you ever made a dwarf? I have not made a dwarf. DRG. What is DRG? Am I just being obtuse?
usually.
Yes. I made a few D&D reference pieces when I was doing more one-off work, directly sculpted. I made like an orcish type thing. Deep Rock Galactic. I'm unfamiliar with that one. But no, I haven't done a dwarf. Nope, I definitely have a lot more monsters to go. Most of my work has been centered on like horror and horror films. I mean, I should do a leprechaun. I did watch some Love, Death, and Robots, but I don't remember that episode specifically.
I haven't actually watched
I know the anything at all like the Warhammer, like the 40k dwarf type things. I never played that, but I'm kind of familiar with the design sense. I mean, I'll definitely look it up. See what the deal is after the stream.
A screw fell out of this chair.
Yeah, that's definitely a screw from out of that chair. You're hard on a chair.
I didn't do anything.
You say that, but first person shooter, yeah. I used to play a little first person shooter, but yeah, I do enjoy a dwarf in a design sense. Great big bushy beards and punk hair and big heavy weapons. Always like that. Yes. Yeah, I don't
You should
know.
watch it. I have some good things.
Yeah, no, yes, I will have to look up some images from Deep Rock Galactic too. So that sounds. Okay. Dwarves versus Tyranids, I like it.
Super cool guns, I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I have not got to like a tenth of the ideas I've had yet for sculpting. Oh. Yeah, I don't...
Yeah, I got all my stuff done.
I haven't... the only thing I've played a game on is the PlayStation for a long, long time. We have a PC that was at one point set up for gaming, but it has, I believe, aged well out of that. Yeah, the plus side of this job is I get to work on making critters all the time. The downside of this job is I'm working on making critters all the time. No. Spam away. I'm interested in new information, and I'll definitely check it out as like a visual reference piece. I really do want this sort of chat to be kind of, you know, an open, friendly place for people to discuss kind of whatever.
Shoot the shit about everything.
Yeah. Like, it's not... it's not just like, you know, nobody's allowed to talk about anything. Talk about anything, everything amongst yourselves.
Uno attack.
Uno attack.
For your Cyclops.
Oh. Now my brain's trying to remember the name of the He-Man character.
Which one?
It was the Cyclops one that I came up with.
Oh, so not a real character.
Not a real one. Well, yeah, also the real one, but because there was the one, but he didn't have Biclops, yes. Well, no, Triclops. It was Triclops because you could switch his eyes around. And then I came up with a stupid name for the knockoff version, and now I can't remember it. Although I can look it up. Oh wait, it's not on this bit. It's on this bit.
He is super friendly looking.
He is. He's a very happy little guy.
I do think I might actually make a graphic that says something like, find somebody who looks at you the way this Cyclops looks at you.
It's not fit. Okay. Oh, yeah, it definitely wouldn't work. I went with 3 clops.
3 clops.
Yes. Well, it made sense with the rest of the group, especially Plenty Faces and Mandibble.
Mandibble?
Yeah. Because there's the one with the jaws.
Right. Ah, yes, the meatball sandwich. I forgot about the meatball sandwich lore.
Yes. We can't forget about meatball sandwich lore.
What's the lore on that body?
This guy's definitely into meatball sandwiches. He's the demon that eats meatball sandwiches out of your workplace refrigerator. If you're the kind of savage that puts a meatball sandwich in the refrigerator. Because they get all oogie. Oh, more Mudgett. I do, but my brain is so lazy sometimes. Now considering he has nipples in a wet meatball.
What?
Okay, it literally
Wait, did it
censored. I'm pretty sure nipples and wet.
Wait, what? It's censored wet?
Yes.
Okay.
Not meatball contest.
Wait, is it just wet in context?
Okay, so now I got neeps, yes. Wet, yes. And also moist.
So wait, it censored wet in the context of
It did.
wet meatball?
Yes. Yes. I'm not sure if it will censor the... Now I'm not sure if it will censor the term nipple on its own. So the phone... Okay, yes, it did censor nipple. The phone that I'm looking at, the chat on, I'm not logged in, so I'm just like a guest. I have no idea what that second one was.
Nipple?
Wet nipple.
We've got what in the censor, nipple, wet nipple. What did it actually say? Or I guess it doesn't matter.
It didn't. It just wasn't a. It just wasn't a contest. They had a. You could get a side of wet meatball.
Oh, okay.
Like with the sauce, like a meatball and sauce, or a wet meatball sandwich. But you can't. Yes, it was Pontillos. But I mean, you can't say wet meatball in my presence without me thinking about wet meatball contest. So, yeah,
It's after 10.
oh, it's after 10. It is
Wanna
after
call
10.
it? So
yeah.
how done are you?
I am.
Are you done?
I am largely done. There's a little bit of touch up. There's some stuff left. There's always some stuff left to do after stream. Just because getting underneath to areas like this is really awkward on cam. Cleaning this stuff up, getting it ready for molding. I'll have to go through and adjust the teeth so that they'll...
I like it.
Monically. Yeah, there's always some touch up, but I think visually he's pretty nearly there. So I think I may call this one for stream.
Excellent.
That nasty Greek-looking font. I'm assuming she means papyrus. I don't think my wife would use papyrus
No,
for any
I would
reason.
not.
It's sad. If it was good enough for Avatar, that was amazing. Anyway. It is
Alright,
after
kids.
10.
We'll be back on Tuesday.
We will
I
be
guess
back
with
on Tuesday with
a
a
new sculpt, and who the hell knows what that's going to be.
brand new monster of some variety.
Night.
Night. Thanks everybody for dropping by.